UTME. China simulates hitting key targets on Taiwan. NBA to investigate why Dallas Mavericks left out key players for defeat. Now the news in detail. The Corps Marshal Federal Road Safety Corps FRSC Dauda Alibiu has commended the patrol teams of Osun State Command for returning 27.1 million naira recovered from an accident scene. This is contained in a statement signed by the Corps Public Education Officer, Assistant Corps Marshal BC Kazim in Abuja. The Corps Marshal expressed satisfaction over the cool conduct, honesty and sense of patriotism exhibited by the personnel. The FRSC boss, who lamented over the crash, said it would have been avoided if the motorists had adhered strictly to traffic rules and regulations. BU, however, urged motorists to comply with the traffic rules and regulations to avoid crashes, especially during the Easter celebration. Governor Ifeanyi Okowa of Delta State has said the Owalero stormwater drainage project has attained 50% completion rate. He spoke during the project inspection at Ika Northeast local government area of the state. Okowa told newsmen that it was one of the projects his administration is committed to building as a sustainable infrastructure for the continued growth and development of the state.
A similar thing that was done in Asaba that is also being done in the Warri Efore area. That's what we're actually doing here, to try to capture the water. And then you have a storm drainage project that takes it out. Because whatever amount of drains you do on the road, without this type of major drainage program, you can't actually take the volume of water out, and flooding will continue to take place. So it's actually building for today and building it for the future. That's exactly what's happening. They are doing, from what I'm being told, they are going to do their best to see how they can link it, not because they want me to commission it, but because they know that there is a need to link up as quickly as possible.
Away from that now, the Society of Petroleum Engineers SPE Nigeria Council says, in view of energy transition, Nigeria needs to effectively harness potential of gas resources to ensure energy security. Mr. Felix Obike, the chairman SPE Nigeria Council, said this in an interview in Abuja. Obike underscored the need to deepen programs and projects on gas utilization and policy implementation in realization of the net zero carbon emission. The SPE chairman said it's just concluded 2023 Oloibiri Lecture Series and Energy Forum was geared towards policies formulations and implementation to ensure delivering effective and sustainable energy in the country. The Plateau State Police Command has arrested the hearing officers who were involved in the incident that led to the death of a teenager on Monday morning in Jos. The State Commissioner of Police, CP Bartolome Onyeka, who spoke through the Command Police Public Relations Officer PPRO Alfred, condemned the killing of the boy, identified as 17-year-old Ibukunoluwa Olagunju, and assured the hearing officers would face justice.
We are almost through with the investigation. We have known the officer that did this dastardly act, and the appropriate disciplinary measure is being carried out upon him right now. And we are just very saddened in the whole situation, and we truly commiserate with the family of the young man. I was made to understand that he is the only son of his father, who is also deceased as we speak. So it's just so painful. The Plateau State Command, the Commissioner of Police, CP Bartolome Onyeka, will in no way tolerate any form of indiscipline by our officers and any form of misuse of power. So I can assure you, we brought the families to the CP yesterday. They met with the CP. The CP spoke with them and expressed his heart about their loss, and promised them that these people, and we even went out of our way to show them, to prove to them that the officers are in custody, and they saw them with their eye. Even they can testify about this if you meet them.
Recall that there was pandemonium at the terminus area of Jos North local government as the deceased was hit and killed by a stray bullet fired by the police personnel. Security men went to the area to arrest some errant motorcyclists who were operating illegally in the area as there is a ban on their operation, but the operators attempted to show some resistance, forcing a security operative to shoot in the air to disperse the crowd that gathered. The World Health Organization has said Nigeria is still far from meeting the 2001 15% Abuja Declaration on improving the health sector. WHO country representative in Nigeria, Dr. Walter Mulumbo, will disclose this in Abuja, called for more funding for the health sector to meet the said target. According to him, the sector was not adequately funded compared to areas such as defense, among others. Mulumbo said health remained a human right and not a luxury or consumable. He further said some areas where the organization assets show that 80% of the funding went into the tertiary hospitals. According to him, primary health care is where 80% of the population in communities get their first exposure to health care services. The president of the World Medical Association, WMA, Dr. Sahan, has kicked against the House of Representatives bill mandating any Nigeria-trained medical or dental practitioner to practice in Nigeria for a minimum of 5 years before being granted full registration or license by the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, MDCN. Nabulele said, as one who has engaged in issues of Nigeria's health system, including the crisis of brain drain, for over 2 decades, he considers the proposition of the sponsors are not only outlandish but retrogressive and very ill-informed. He expressed shock that rather than come up with purposive and progressive solutions on how to transparently and comprehensively address the push factors accelerating the crisis of brain drain in Nigeria through prioritized investment in the health system and the health workforce, they sought to come up with a proposition whose remedy is likely to generate a worse ailment and crisis. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, has announced a new date for the commencement of the 2023 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examinations, UTME. The board disclosed this in a statement sent by its Head of Public Affairs and Protocol, Dr. Fabian Benjamin, in Abuja today. Benjamin said the UTME was earlier scheduled to commence April 29th, would now start April 25th, 2023. He also said the board would hold its rescheduled mock UTME on April 18th, 2023. He added that candidates who were present and screened for the examination but could not sit for it had been rescheduled to retake the mock examination on April 18. Benjamin therefore said the result of the candidates who successfully took the mock examination on March 30th had been released. It's evening news on Splash 105.5 FM. Still ahead, China simulates hitting key targets on Taiwan. NBA to investigate why Dallas Mavericks left out key players to defeat. Turning to the foreign scene now, China has simulated precision strikes against key targets on Taiwan and its surrounding waters during the second day of military drills. The drills, which Beijing has called a stern warning to the self-governing island, are a response to Taiwan's president visiting the U.S. last week. As the Chinese military simulated an encirclement of the island, the U.S. urged China to show restraint. Taiwan said at least 71 Chinese jets flew around the island on Saturday. Taiwan also said 45 warplanes either crossed the Taiwan Strait median line, the unofficial dividing line between Taiwanese and Chinese territory, or flew into the southwestern part of Taiwan's air defense identification zone. A crucifix plucked from the rubble of the Somme battlefield and brought to England is to be returned to its original home in France. The cross was originally from the church, which was destroyed along with the rest of the town during the World War I battle. It is believed it was salvaged by a British Army chaplain and placed in All Saints Church in Tinwen, Rutland, and more than a century later, it is to be taken back. Doing near Amiens was one of many settlements wiped from the map during the 1916 campaign that claimed more than 300,000 lives. And finally, to the world of sports now, the Dallas Mavericks are facing National Basketball Association NBA investigation and leaving out key players against the Chicago Bulls despite being in playoff contention. Kyrie Irving was among those omitted, while Luka Doncic was only played 12 minutes of the 115-112 defeat. The loss ended their playoffs hopes, but improved their chances of getting a top 10 pick in the summer's draft. This led to accusations of tanking that is played in the weekend side in order to lose and improve their draft chances. A lower finish in the overall standings gives the Mavericks a better chance of a top 10 pick in the draft, boosting their hopes of signing highly rated French teenager Victor Wembanyama. And with that, we've come to the end of the news for this evening. But before we go, a recap of the news headlines. The Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, has returned 27.1 million naira recovered in accident scene to victims' family. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, has fixed new date for 2023 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examinations. We also told you outside the shores of Nigeria that China has simulated hitting key targets on Taiwan. The National Basketball Association is to investigate why Dallas Mavericks left out key players for defeat. For more details on the news, visit our website on www.splashfm1055.com. Now you can download Splash FM mobile app on iOS and Google Play Store. To listen live, get news update, opinion poll, and you can as well report an event live to us through the iReport feature. To download, simply go to any of the stores mentioned and search for Splash FM 105.5, then click to download. We have now come to the end of the news on Splash 105.5 FM, the integrity station and the best radio station in the southwest of the country. The news editor is Tunde Olawuwo, assisted by Chinwe Churchill. I am Ibukunoluwa Olagunju. Many thanks for listening.
Quick, Charger 240.
Hot news, cool vibes, sports, and more on the Integrity Station.
Latest School Easy Life Business and Service Technology app. We don't bring comfort for people. Na Botinga app, your multi-service platform where you fit order sharp for any service provider, market or anything where you need online. Just download Botinga app. Come begin the order for any professional service where you want. You fit order for taxi ride or any services like fashion designer, hairdresser, mechanic, barber, painter, photographer, dry cleaner, carpenter, makeup artist, plus others them on top Botinga app. And you will be service provider. You fit register your service and take and connect to more customers for better sales enjoyment. You fit render your service with your own private motor car as driver. To make extra money, just download Botinga provider on top Google Play Store and Apple Store today. Make people begin the order for your services anytime from anywhere. With Botinga, everything done dey easy. No be for mouth. This one na easy life. For more tori, visit www.botinga.com or we office wey dey for former MTN office opposite Methodist Church, Bodija, Ibadan. Tulun 0810-934-6512. Botinga app, service and business comfort.
Tóyọ̀, ǹjẹ́ o ti gbọ́?
Pé kí ni o bá dérò?
Pé ṣé ìgbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ ti gbọ̀nà ọ̀nà àrà yọ?
Jọ̀ọ́ mi sí kí n rí gbọ́.
Jẹ́njà ẹ̀tàn àǹfààní àìlẹ́gbẹ́ ni Splash FM Media Academy gbé kalẹ̀ fún gbogbo olùgbé ìlú Ìbàdàn àti agbègbè rẹ̀. Ìlò tí ìgbọ́ láti di akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ oníròyìn tó perégedé ní ìbámu pẹ̀lú ìlànà ìgbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ òde òní yálà lórí rédíò tàbí ayélujára. Àwọn akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ olùkọ́ni tí wọ́n mọ̀ ti fún tẹ̀dọ̀ iṣẹ́ ìgbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ wà níkàlẹ̀ láti tọ́ ọ sọ́nà tí ó tọ́ lórí onírúurú ẹ̀kọ́ bíi program development, journalism, digital media, production, news presentations. Wo mélòó ni mo fẹ́ kà? OPG ó pọ̀ gan-an.
Mo rí ọ̀nà.
Tóyọ̀, ibo ló ń sáré lọ?
Àròjọ Musolókun, mo ń lọ ṣe ìforúkọsílẹ̀ tèmi nìyẹn.
Tó bá rí bẹ́ẹ̀, lọ sí Splash FM Media Academy tí ó fẹ́ gbẹ́kẹ̀gbẹ́ pẹ̀lú Splash 105.5 FM ilé funfun báláwú fẹ́lẹ́lẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Ìbàdàn láti gba fọ́ọ̀mù tirẹ̀ tàbí kí o pe ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ yìí 07054393332. Splash FM Media Academy, ìdáàbòbò ìwà ọmọlúàbí nínú ètò ìgbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́.
Golden Penny Semovita is made from premium wheat and fortified with vitamins and minerals to give you an enjoyable sahur and iftar every day in Ramadan. Ramadan Kareem from Golden Penny Semovita.
Are you in need of a nice and comfortable, fully furnished hostel accommodation in the University of Ibadan? Or are you in search of a place for seminars and executive trainings? Look no further. Adebayo Akonde Hall is the go-to place for your lodging needs with a home away from home feel. Adebayo Akonde Hall is a 4-star hostel built in a serene environment with constant supply of electricity. It has fully furnished rooms that gives you great comfort at an affordable price. Adebayo Akonde Hall is located at Ajibode Extension, University of Ibadan. For inquiries and reservations, visit www.adebayohall.com or call 080-5699-87